Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today we are going to make the original recipe for Gatorade and comparing it with the present day version of Gatorade. Gatorade, of course, is a popular electrolyte drink that athletes drink post-workout, during workout, to replace the salts that you have sweated out. It's supposed to help you recover and, of course, keep you hydrated. All important things, but I recently learned that there's a recipe going around that is an approximation of the original formula of Gatorade. So I was super curious to see A, what it tastes like, and B, what it tastes like. I think that's what I'm most curious about. What does it taste like and how does it compare to the present day version of Gatorade? Now, I am old enough to remember when Gatorade was just one flavor. I think actually a few flavors when I was a kid. There was the classic lemon lime electric fluorescent green color, yellow color. Then there was fruit punch, red, and orange as well. But the antifreeze fluorescent yellow is the one that was most popular and the one that I like the most. It came in a glass bottle with a metal lid, and the glass bottle was a little bit textured, a little bit like a basketball. But I remember it very much coming in a glass bottle, and on a trip we took a couple years ago to Memphis, I saw that it also comes in cans as well. And when I mentioned that on social media, a lot of people were still familiar with the canned version. I guess in hospitals it's often served in cans. I found much of the information that I'm going to be sharing with you on a website called eathistory.com, where they talked about how Gatorade was born in 1965, and of course it came from Florida. University of Florida, Gainesville in particular. That's why it's called Gatorade, as in gators, alligators. So apparently the assistant football coach, Dwayne Douglas, got in touch with a university professor who was a specialist in kidney function, renal function, and his name was Robert Cade. So Coach Douglas, like most coaches, was very much interested in improving his athletes' performance, and he noticed that athletes often lost a lot of weight during games. Now, Florida is located in the south of the US. It gets very hot and very humid, and you can imagine while you're playing football, you're exerting yourself a lot, and you are hence sweating a lot. So a lot of players would lose up to 18 pounds during a game. So he contacted Dr. Robert Cade, the renal specialist, who began to study the physiology and the psychology of what was happening to the players. And he noticed that they were sweating so profusely that it was affecting their blood chemistry. So he began researching a way to replace the electrolytes that were lost during the game. So your body is sweating, trying to cool your body down, but with that sweating process, you're losing a lot of salts. You're also burning up a lot of your glucose in the activity of playing football or whatever athletic pursuits you're pursuing. So Gatorade was invented because it replaced some of the sugar and the salts that were lost. So the university adopted it, and apparently it did not taste very good. Some players said it tasted a lot like urine. Not sure how they knew it tasted like urine, but it probably looked like urine as well. It did not taste very good, but Dr. Cade's wife, Mary, suggested adding some lemon juice to it, which made it a little bit more palatable. And the team, of course, saw improvement, especially in the fourth quarter at the end of games compared to their competitors. So Stokely Van Camp soon thereafter purchased the rights to manufacture Gatorade, and the rest is essentially history. Not totally. Once Gatorade was promoted by athletes like Michael Jordan, I think it became very popular among people because you too could become Michael Jordan if you drink Gatorade, right? Well, these days Gatorade comes in tons of different flavors, so many flavors. My favorite is the classic lemon lime. I also did drink the purple frost one as a teenager. I'm not even sure if they still make it. As of a couple of years ago, I think they make it, but I think it's hard to find. It's called Riptide Rush, I think was the purple one. My brother and I drank that in the 90s. I don't even know what flavor it's supposed to be. It's not really grape, but it was the purple frost one. It was good. Today we're going to attempt to make the original recipe, and then we're going to compare it with the present day OG flavor. So let's go ahead and get started. 1/4 teaspoon of plain salt, which is sodium chloride. Another salt, and this is called potassium chloride. Boom. And we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of that. And this apparently is often hawked in the grocery store as a salt substitute. think the brand name is called New Salt. So you can find it in the grocery store as well. Some sweetener, 3 tablespoons of plain old sugar. And this is supposed to replace the glucose that you expend when you are being very active. And a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. This is potassium bitartrate, so this is a substitute for monopotassium phosphate. 1/4 teaspoon. This is most often used when you're whipping meringue. It's an egg white stabilizer and it keeps your peaks nice and peaky. That's probably the most common use for it, but I've also seen it used in recipes like snickerdoodles too. And that's it for the powders. Now we're going to dissolve this. This batch is going to make 1 liter. Now we're going to add a little bit of water to this. And we're going to whisk this to dissolve. According to the recipe, the cream of tartar can be a little bit stubborn in terms of dissolving, so we might need to warm this up a little bit to help dissolve it into solution. We want it to go clear. It's still a little cloudy. I'm just going to give this about 30 seconds in the microwave just to warm it up to dissolve everything. I've warmed that up and we still have some bits in there, but with some whisking, it is going clear. We're going to add the flavoring. Lemon, fresh lemon. It's hard to imagine Gatorade with fresh lemon juice in it. These days, I mean. I associate Gatorade with these electric colors and artificial flavors, not lemon juice. Oh, it smells so good. That's it. It's not yellow at all, is it, really? And we'll pour this into there and add our concentrate to the rest of the water, along with some ice cubes to cool it down, because you have to have Gatorade cold, right? That looks like lemonade. I mean, Waterade, really. Now let's go ahead and compare that with present day Gatorade. I have a couple of very active kids and I like to get Gatorade in its powdered form. You can get large containers of it, and this is all that we've got left. So I decanted it into a smaller container because pantry space is limited. And the reason why I like purchasing it like this is because we can make as little or as much as we want. But for me, I really like being able to control how concentrated it is. Regular Gatorade for me is just too sweet. I always cut it with water if I have it. And so this way you can make it to your own taste. It comes with a scooper, and here are the proportions. 4 scoops makes 1 gallon. And 1 scoop contains 4 tablespoons. 1 scoop will make 1 quart. So usually use about 1 tablespoon per cup of water, as per the directions of Gatorade, rather than to my taste, which would be a little bit waterier, because we want to have an accurate comparison. 1 tablespoon of the powder to 1 cup of water. Yes, that is the color that I'm familiar with when it comes to lemon lime Gatorade. Kind of this antifreeze fluorescent yellow color. Now, present day Gatorade also contains some gums to give it that signature electrolyte texture. It's got a viscosity to it. It's like thicker than water. So it also contains sugar and salts as well, and flavorings and colors. So we're gonna ice this one down too and compare it. Alrighty, lovelies, we're back with our 2 Gatorades. Original formula first. Look at that. Looks like a cocktail in this glass. I'm going to add a slice. Oh, it really looks like a cocktail now with the ice and the slice of lemon. And let's pour a glass of the present day formulation with that classic lemon lime color and smell. Original 1965 Gatorade taste. Cheers. It smells like fresh lemon. It smells good. Alrighty. Wow. You can taste the salt. It's cold and significantly salty. It reminds me of really mineral water. And when you have mineral water, you can taste a little bit of salt in there. That's like this, but more intense. And I'm surprised it has a viscosity to it as well. I wasn't expecting that. It tastes a little bit thicker than water. Icy cold, very refreshing. And a light lemon flavor. The viscosity might also be attributed to the fact that we added some sugar to this as well. A little bit of sugar, 3 tablespoons for an entire liter. And but it's quenching. It doesn't taste terrible by any means, just a little bit salty and lightly perfumed with lemon. I mean, I think it'd be difficult to sell this. It's pretty plain. I guess it would be based on performance. If your performance was enhanced or improved by the fact that you stayed hydrated and replaced your electrolytes, then that might be enough to convince you. But it's not nearly as flavored as many things are these days, like hyper flavored, you know, the little flavor drops and those kinds of things. It's not going to be anywhere near that because this is just a little bit of lemon juice, which I like. It's subtle. It's great. I would make this. Alrighty, let's compare that to present day Gatorade. Look at that electric color. Cheers. Wow. I think the biggest thing I noticed is that the flavor is very different. This too is very quenching. It's much sweeter. And I don't notice the salt as much. I'm not sure if that's because there's less salt in this relative to this one, or if the sugar is kind of offsetting it. But it's definitely sweeter. The viscosity is actually quite similar, maybe a little bit thicker in feeling. And it has the classic lemon lime flavor that I associate with Gatorade. It's definitely artificial. It's kind of lasting on your tongue. Afterwards, it still kind of sticks to your tongue. Well, this one disappears right away. I like the original version. It's good. It's not like lemonade. It's not nearly as sweet. It's like a homemade electrolyte drink, okay? And I like it. Gatorade is fine too, and I think it's very nostalgic for me. And particularly after a long run or something, it's just very satisfying because I think I have that hardwired in that association of, you know, exertion and then cold quenching Gatorade. Both of them are great in their own respects, but very, very different. And it's interesting to see how they've evolved. Additional colors added, I see that, to make it look less like water perhaps, make it look more like a product. More sugar, tastes sweeter, more flavor than this. But if this does the job too, alrighty my lovelies, there you have it. The original Gatorade. It's pretty good, I like it. And if you need an electrolyte recipe for these hot summer days or post-workout, there you go. You should try it. I like it. Very, very simple. Alright, melodies, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care. Bye! Now we have to take this to the kids and see what they think.